everybody! TW here. It's a mighty big box. Let's see what we got in here. Stay tuned. All right, here she is. It's the Ruger Precision Rimfire in .22 long rifle. Now this is not a new gun, it's a used gun. So we're going to check it all out. Hopefully it wasn't sold because it was a pig or a dog. But it's got some modifications on it. It's got a rail, pick rail. Pick rail. So we put the CV Life bipod on it just to hold it up here. It's got a different bolt handle on it. It's kind of long, so we'll see how we like that. I put the level on it, but it's got this funky grip on it, which I don't recognize, but we'll see how we like that. Feels pretty good in hand. It looks kind of obnoxious. And this buttstock back here is kind of funky weird. It's loads adjustable. The butt plate goes up and down. The butt length goes in and out, and the cheek riser goes up and down. So it's got a lot of adjustment. It just kind of looks funky. Let's spin it around here and talk about the other side. Much the same look on this side. This is some kind of a tension adjustment. Here's our safety. It's got an AR style winged safety. Typical Ruger trigger. We'll see what kind of adjustment it has. It's got a little bit of creep. The nice thing about these is they use 10-22 magazines, which I really like. That's a big plus. It's engraved with Ruger Precision, so it's not just an American that's stuck on here. It's actually Ruger Precision. It's supposed to have a 30 MOA base. I think it looks a little bit taller in the back. I'll have to measure it. It's got a heavy barrel. It's pretty stiff barrel. I don't know how long it is. Let's see what it says in here. See if we can read in here. Can't really read in there. Let's get a light in there. So 22 long rifle. Yeah, that's all it says. 22 long rifle, and then some. It's just got some schmutz in there. But it's a slotted fore end. What do they call these? Not M-rail. It's not a match barrel. I've been reading about it, and it's not a match barrel. But this barrel attaches on here like an AR. So there's a number of aftermarket manufacturers offering barrels for this. So that's an option. There's lots of mods out there for this. We're going to start by taking this pick rail off and making sure that it's tight and solid. I'll get the bore scope out and we'll go down this barrel and see what kind of rounds it's got down it. Inspect the crown closely. Wow, that's tight. Hopefully I can get that off. I don't see no reason why it would be pinned. No, I don't see anything on there for pinning. It shouldn't be, but I'll get a wrench on it, wrap it up with tape or something and pop it off. There's something different going on here. Maybe they've got something that goes on there. We'll check the bedding screws, check the torque on those. We'll check everything. Take nothing for granted. Again, we just hope that somebody just sold it because they don't need it and didn't sell it because it was a dog, accuracy-wise. But let's investigate some. I can't show you a whole lot, but I'll do it and then I'll come back to you. So stand by. That's interesting. I loosened these 3 bolts. That one's not even tight. So we found something already. This is why you, now that's tightened down. So that's tightened down solid. but it's not doing anything. So we discovered something already. Oh, look at here. That's always nice to find. I mean, I'm glad it's oiled. I'm glad it's oiled. But no, we shouldn't be finding all that oil under our base. All right, we're going to degrease this. And get some Loctite on these screws. And find out why that back one didn't tighten down. And let's see what we say. Yes, I see it right on there. Let's zoom in here. 30 MOA. See it? Right there? So it is a 30 MOA rail. That's a good thing. All right. See, this is why we investigate. This is something you should do on any gun you buy used, any gun you buy new, really. I mean, as awful as it is, you got to check because you never know what you're going to find. All right, we're going to degrease all these screws and degrease all these holes. And well, that looks pretty good. I don't see any major wear. This rifle also has, I think you take this off. As I jam it. Wow, I just placed that in there and it's in there solid. It was jammed. All right, this rifle, one of its features, see, that's a 22 rimfire. Well, you can take that band off and it brings it back to a full throw. So if you have one of these rifles in 6.5 Creed or 308 or whatever else they offer it in, you won't have any danger of short throwing your center fire if you train with your rimfire, because you can set the bolt throw to be longer as if this was a 3-inch action. 6.5 Creedmoor or 308 or whatever other calibers they offer. Obviously, it's a longer action for those. So that's pretty neat. All right, let me investigate some more and see what we find. Looks like there was some locking compound on there. Somebody probably had this off. Yeah, there was locking compound on there. Now, these screws were tight. You can see I'm taking off. I'm scratching off debris with just my fingernail. That's all some kind of thread locker. And you can see it in the holes. So hopefully the brake cleaner will get that out of our way. All right, I'll come back. Stand by. As long as you got tough skin, you can just spray that right in your palm or put it in a glass and clean those off, and then get a rag, a clean dry rag, and wipe these off. That's just to get the oils off so that you're not going to have any problem. Now, if you've got sensitive skin, don't be doing that because this stuff is harsh. It'll take the oils right off your skin. Okay, all the bolts are in, cleaned, retorqued. Now I'm just checking to make sure that there's nothing sticking down too far. I put each one in by itself and make sure that each screw would lock down the base so that none of them are going to do what that one did. Somebody had done something, probably there was some thread locker in the hole, and they screwed it down. Being it's a small screw, they didn't want to over torque it. So they screwed it down until it stopped and assumed that it was solid, but it wasn't. So now we've fixed that. That was already a problem, and that could have been some kind of accuracy issue for them. So we've already found one thing. So that's fine. So now that's all put back together and set. Let's get the bore scope out here and see what's in this barrel. I had to take this off because that screw was underneath the bubble. So let's see what this bore scope says. And to get you a better picture here, but the barrel looks extremely clean. One goober I just found there. It actually looks like a booger in there. But here's the trip down the barrel. And it's got some machining marks. But really, really clean. I don't think this is shot much at all. Or the guy cleaned it really good. I mean, those are my lights. I don't know that I can stop this down anymore to make that darker. Yeah, that's a little better. Those are my lights. See the LEDs? There's, I don't know, 9 LEDs in this thing. There's a band, circular band inside the barrel. But I'm not seeing any kind of residue, any kind of leading, any kind of powder fouling. We ought to be coming close to the chamber here pretty soon. The muzzle looked really, right, there we go. There's our lead. And look at this. I mean, there's no carbon ring there whatsoever. What's that? I guess it's just the way that first land is cut. It's not very nice, but that one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's okay. That one's not great. Maybe that's the same one. That might be the same one that we just looked at. Let's see, I'm spinning it. Yeah, that's the same one we just looked at. We'll go back into the chamber here. All right, there's a little bit of a ring there. But it's clean. That's spotlessly clean. That chamber is spotlessly clean. Now we're right out to the edge of the chamber. The end of the barrel, where the chamber first opens. And that's beautiful. So this barrel was either never shot or cleaned really well by the guy before he turned it in. And I'm kind of guessing that this didn't see much use, because that's really, really clean. All right, we're right at the muzzle. Here's our crown. And I'm not thrilled with that. But I can recrown this. It's not bad, but it's not great. So let's see if I can get the camera right on the muzzle and looking right there and see what we find. Stand by. All right, there's our evidence. It definitely was fired. Definitely was fired. The guy just cleaned it really good, because that's all blah, schma, schmutz from 22, how dirty they are. Let me get a rag here and we'll wipe that off, and I'll show you that it's schmutz. Yeah. That's schmutz. That's why that crown didn't look so good. But this guy cleaned this gun really good before he turned it in, which is kind of rare. That barrel is spotlessly clean. All right, now we'll have a better look at that crown. And it's probably going to be just fine. The reason I didn't like the look of it was because of that schmutz that was on it. And it does look pretty good. Let me pull a snake through it. See if I can take any debris off that. Okay, I got it pretty clean. It was just schmutz. Let me get a better light on it for you. The crown looks good now. Everything looks really good on there. I will just wipe those threads out and put my comp back on here. I got a 22 comp here. You're not going to see a lot of difference with a 22, but it might help a little. just a small compensator here. And I'll show that to you in a second. There's the compensator on there. And we'll see. We'll try it with and without, see if it makes any difference. All right, so we've got this ready to put our scope on. And we're going to put on that Vector Optics 10 to 40 by 50 to start. We'll see if it lives here or not. I've shown that scope. That was what was on the on-shoots when we did the on-shoots testing. So let's put it on here and see what it looks like. Stay by. Wowzers. Well, it was an instant for you, but it was over an hour for me. This is the fourth set of rings that I put on this thing. All of them were just a whisker low or monster too high. Of course, monster too high, well, I might exaggerate. I don't like scopes high. I like them as close to the barrel as I can get them. And this is about as close as you can get. I don't think I've ever had one this close, but it clears. But it clears by like just tiny amounts. It's really close. Actually. Yeah, it clears by just tiniest of amounts. So we'll see if that causes a problem. I may need to throw a shim under here, because it's really that close. Just a few thousandths and it'll be fine. The next set of rings that I have are AR style, monster high, and they're really quite high. But I mean, I've got adjustment back here. I'm only 2/3 of the way up, and this pad is all the way down. So the pad can come up, this can come up. So maybe it isn't so bad. But we'll see what I got. I got it on. I got to bore sight it yet, but it's on. It checks in, boy. I mean, it's got to be 8.5 pounds. We'll see how it shoots. All right, that's it. I will get this out on the range soon and get a video off to you guys so you can see just how this does. In the meantime, I'm still working on the Mauser and I'm still working on the Marlin. So both of those are still in the works as well. There we go. All right. God bless everybody. Hope you have a great time, great weekend. CW out.